So as a result, we made the decision to cross our lead boat. They stayed there.
That is the one time we used our go, no go routine. Hi, I'm Rev.
And I'm Sam, and we're continuing our journey along America's Great Loop in the Here's to Us. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and be sure and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and the bell next to it will help you get notifications every time we put out a new video. Tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe.
All right.
Did that sound too desperate?
No. Anyway, today we're going to talk to you about one of our more challenging trips all the way from Utica, New York to Brewerton. We thought we were going to stop at Sylvan Beach on the eastern edge of Lake Oneida, but God had other plans for us that day.
Did you say God had other plans?
Yes.
Aw. So we got up really early. It was misty and not a primo day to travel on the Erie Canal, or any canal for that matter. So we were parked there next to the Independents, who we had had dinner with the night before. And as we were pulling out, I waved to them, and Sam turned the boat around and started heading down the Erie Canal.
Heading downstream, and as I turned the wheel, nothing happened. And Rev noticed it immediately because she called out, "Hey, I think we're supposed to be going that way." And I said, "I know, except my wheel is not turning." It was literally like a roulette wheel. It just spun and spun.
Right, so I yelled out to the Independents to give them some kind of heads up, and I said, "We've lost steering." They should have started putting fenders out at that moment. They've got a really nice boat.
Yeah, anyway, so we maneuvered the boat by using the differential power on the two engines and the bow and stern thruster. We got her back in.
Yeah, I really don't know what you just said, so after we do this video, you can explain all that to me.
Sure,
But
exactly. Anyway, we got the boat back in, got it tied up, took a little break.
Thankfully, Owen and Larry know a lot about boats and engines, and they came on board immediately to help Sam out.
Yeah, and we assessed it. We knew that the steering we had lost hydraulic fluid. They located the lines and assessed what we needed. What we needed was a compression fitting. Well, here it is at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and so we have to find an auto parts store, which took about 3 Uber rides, auto parts store, and then a couple other places to get back and forth. But got the part, got it fixed, got hydraulic fluid back into the system, and we were ready to go.
Right, so we ended up following Independence down the Erie, and the weird thing about this trip was there's a lot of traffic, and we just hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, there was a ton of traffic. There was a ton of things that we had to maneuver around. There was maintenance that was being done on the canal, barges out there. So luckily we had followed the Independents. They took the lead. We were behind them, and we are grateful for them for that.
Right. And it was a cloudy day, but it had stopped raining. We had heard rain was going to come later on in the day.
Yeah. So as we near Sylvan Beach, now comes decision time. And about 3 miles out from Sylvan Beach, we started assessing our options. One was to stay in Sylvan Beach on the free wall without any power or electric or water or anything, just tie up at the free dock, or go across Lake Oneida, which was about 23 miles, on a fairly good day and get to Winter Harbor, where they had some maintenance folks that could further help us with some of the issues that we had.
Right. I think if we hadn't had the steering issues, and he lost autopilot all the way through the canal. That was fun.
Because of the steering, we had air in the system, and the autopilot didn't
work. Tell the good folks out there that are worried about us just setting autopilot and sitting back having a martini that it really isn't like that. What do you do with the autopilot?
Right.
Why
so
it's important?
Why we lost the autopilot is, of course, we weren't using the autopilot on auto routing and just relying on its turns. But I would routinely use the autopilot to hold a heading and then come 2 or 3 degrees right or left in the heading hold function. So that was extremely fatiguing, steering the boat the entire day with kind of a crippled system. We still had air in the system. So we got to Sylvan Beach and decided...
I think if we hadn't had those issues with the boat, we probably would have tied up at Sylvan Beach.
Yeah, probably would have stayed at Sylvan Beach that night and crossed the next day. However, we did start looking at the weather, and Rev got weather reports for me for Sylvan Beach,
and it was
Brewerton.
And the report was it was going to be rainy, but little wind. Whereas the next day it was going to be sunny, but the winds were going to be horrible. I think the next 2 days the winds were.
So as a result, we made the decision to cross our lead boat. They stayed there.
That is the one time we used our go no go routine.
We both felt comfortable crossing Oneida Lake. We went through. We probably had as low as 3/4 of a mile visibility, but we had good.
Go visit our blog and see the picture of what the windshield looked like crossing it, because you'd think we were crazy even attempting it, but it wasn't bad because the wind wasn't bad.
Yeah, we had good navigation input from 2 redundant systems, and so we were comfortable getting across there. Got into Winter Harbor.
Yeah, Winter Harbor in Brewerton,
Highly
New York.
recommend it. They are harbor hosts. They're sponsors.
Sponsors, and it's an interesting setup because you have to parallel park down this channel that they have carved out there. And some friends of ours were there already, and so that they kind of helped us get in there. The lady, when you went to check in, the manager gave us beautiful Italian bread.
Yeah.
Oh, it was delicious.
Great bread.
She felt sorry for us, and we appreciated the kindness.
So we did a little bit more troubleshooting there, and we stayed there a couple nights and had a great time at Winter Harbor.
Yeah, we did.
And we'll be back on the road soon.
That's right.
All right.
We'll see you then.
All right.